안녕하세요. 지금 옆에 계신 분은 라이언이라고 트루 USD의 그 아시아 헤드 역할을 지금 맡고 있거든요. Can you introduce the?
Yes, hi. I'm Ryan Rodenbaugh, reporting today from Seoul, South Korea. I am the Seoul. I'm the business development lead for Trust Token and TrueUSD in Asia. And TrueUSD is a fully collateralized US dollar-backed stablecoin.
최근에 지금 STO가 지금 굉장히 이슈가 되고 있는데 이 스테이블 코인인 이게 왜 중요한지 지금 많은 시청자들이 궁금해하는데 왜 중요할까요? 스테이블 코인. Why important?
Why are stablecoins important? Well, I think there are a couple big reasons. One of them is that stablecoins really act as the sort of underlying layer of what we see traded on exchanges now. And so if you look at the exchange volume on any of the large exchanges, most of them are denominated in USDT pairs, meaning that currently stablecoins denominate all major trading pairs. Unfortunately, over the past year or two, Tether has proven to not be as trustworthy as some people previously believed. And we believe that we're entering a new era, a sort of stablecoins 2.0. And we hope that TUSD will fill a lot of that void and continue to be the stable infrastructure of crypto trading everywhere.
너무 열정적으로 얘기해 주는데 부담스러운데 지금 이제 근본위에서 이제 신용화폐로 넘어왔고 그 외환위기 때문에 이거를 갖다 극복하기 위해서 엄청나게 많은 달러를 갖다가 찍어냈거든요. 그래서 그게 오히려 지금 그 세계 경제에 오히려 악영향을 끼치고 있는데 그거 달러를 베이스를 하고 있다는 것 자체가 좀 위험하지 않을까 이렇게 걱정이 되는데 그 부분에 대해서 어떻게 생각하십니까?
Right. So the question is what's the risk profile of TUSD being that it's based on US dollars, which are, have their own set of risks. Generally, the way that I've thought about this is that if you look at all of the assets across the world, whether these are equities, whether these are cryptocurrencies, whether these are, currencies of any nation, the US dollar has acted as the reserve currency of the world for, some odd decades now. And we believe that that will continue to be the case moving into the future, regardless of what goes on with other countries rising to power and prominence. Everywhere you look across the world now, people would prefer, almost everywhere, people would prefer US dollars to whatever their native currency is. And we see this starting to happen with TrueUSD, and we've already seen it happen with other dollar-pegged stablecoins, where people are looking for ways to move out of their local currency into a USD-backed stablecoin. And so regardless of what happens over the next few years, we do still humbly believe that the US dollar will be one of the safest places to keep your funds. Specifically, a decentralized digital version of that dollar will be the best place possible.
그리고 지금 최근에 트루 USD가 상당히 많이 상장이 되고 있는데 지금 지금 투자를 하고 있는 입장에서는 그 탈비트화가 되면서 이제 기존에 있던 알트코인, 그러니까 비트가 상승하게 되면 자동적으로 이제 알트가 상승했던 이런 부분이 있는데 이제 탈비트화가 되면서 스테이블이 이제 활성화되면서 개별적으로 이게 변동성을 주면서 기존에 좀 그 펀더멘탈이 약한 코인들 같은 경우는 오히려 이렇게 좀 상폐가 되는 게 가속화되지 않을지 이렇게 많은 그 우려를 하고 있는데 그런 부분에 대해서는 어떻게 생각하고 있습니까?
I guess the question is, right now, we're sort of living, and as our wonderful host said, in a Bitcoin world, and we're sort of moving into a stablecoin world. And as that happens, how will that affect the price of other coins? I would push back on the fact that I don't think we're leaving a Bitcoin world and moving to a stablecoin world. I think for the most part in cryptocurrencies, we're definitely still living in the Bitcoin world, so to speak. However, as stablecoins are adopted more as the base pair on cryptocurrency exchanges, how will that affect trading? I do think that maybe we'll start to be able to see the decoupling of price correlations between Bitcoin and other altcoins. And I think that that would be a generally good thing, in that then we could value each coin on its own merits, rather than just having altcoins that are influenced positively by upticks in BTC and influenced negatively by downturns in BTC. Hopefully, stablecoin pairings, like say NEO to TUSD or EOS to TUSD, would allow each coin to be based on its own merits. And I think that that would bring us closer to being able to find the actual underlying or fundamental value of some of these tokens.
그리고 최근에 그 스테이블 코인이 미국에서 굉장히 많이 나오고 있는데 그 다른 스테이블 코인과 경쟁해서 좀 TrueUSD는 이런 점이 더 강하다 이런 부분이 있을까요?
Yes. So there is no shortage of emerging stablecoins in the world. Last estimate I saw, and I gave a presentation this morning, I think there are there are at least 50 stablecoins being developed or already launched around the world. The biggest stablecoin in the world is Tether by far. Our competitive advantages against Tether are a few. One is that we are ERC20 based, and so we're built on top of Ethereum rather than on top of the Bitcoin protocol. This is more familiar for developers and for people who want to integrate with TUSD. It's not possible to integrate USDT into most of the decentralized apps out there, and we hope to see TUSD integrated in a lot of these. The second big difference is that we are a lot more transparent than Tether has been. We put out monthly attestation reports verifying that the amount of TUSD traded on exchanges matches up with the amounts that we hold in our bank accounts that are based in the US. This adds an extra layer of transparency and trust for our users. Finally, and I think the biggest competitive advantage actually, is that TUSD is easily redeemable one-for-one with US dollars. Right now, if you want to move Tether into US dollars, that can take anywhere from 1 week to 1 month and can cost anywhere from 1% to 3%. And if you're doing a $100 million trade of some BTC, maybe 1% is not a big deal. But if you're doing a relatively small trade of stablecoin to fiat, 1% to 3% is a big deal. And so we don't have those sort of fees attached with moving TUSD out. And the process of moving from stablecoin to dollars takes 1 or 2 days max. And so it's quite quick. Compared to some of the other stablecoins we've seen emerge in the world, like USDC, PAX, GUSD, really our strengths there right now rely on the liquidity that we have on exchanges. TUSD has got the more real volume than any other cryptocurrency stablecoin that's traded besides Tether. We're listed on over 75 exchanges and supported by at least 15 OTC desks around the world. And so TUSD is extremely liquid and great for traders.
그리고 최근에 크립토 시장에서 가장 크게 이슈가 되는 게 그 팩트나 ETF 승인 문제, 그 SEC에서 지금 승인이 안 나는 거, 이쪽에서 그런 부분이 있는데 TrueUSD가 지금 그 진행하는 부분에 있어갖고 가장 크게 걸림돌이 되는 부분은 어떤 부분이 있을까요?
That's a good question. We have tried to proactively engage with regulators when that is possible. Right now in the US, we are registered as a money services business under FinCEN, which I always forget what that stands for. I think it stands for Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. I hope I got that right. There are, many other governmental bodies in the US, like the SEC, for example. In many of those cases, though, they have not put out strong guidance for stablecoins at the federal level. And so you're starting to see some states put out state-by-state regulation, the most popular of which is probably New York. Also states like Delaware have begun to put out statements, but it's still very much on a state-by-state basis. And that's not very productive. Just, something at the federal level would be a lot easier because there's 50 states in the US. And if you have to engage with each state on a one-by-one basis, that's very time-consuming and very costly. And so we're hoping that we do get some sort of guidance at a federal level. But, I'd say that we are very proactive in terms of how we handle legal and compliance matters. We are very strict with our compliance practices, with strong KYC, AML. We proactively report things if we have to, and yeah.
그리고 개인적으로 이거는 질문하는 건데 2019년도의 크립토 시장은 어떨지.
What do I think of 2019? That's a good question. Listen.
Holding good question, right?
Yeah, very good question. Just because I have no idea what the answer is, right? So, for example, I wish I knew how bad 2018 was going to be. I would have sold everything, but I didn't know that. So, I could speculate what 2019 is going to bring. I think my personal suspicion is that 2019 might be a bit of a flat year. I don't see a ton of bullish signals in terms of if we're just talking strictly on a price basis. I don't see any strong signals for why the price is going to go up in 2019. Unfortunately, right? I hold a lot of this stuff. So there's no good answer. I think a lot of people are putting their faith in things that aren't going to pan out. Backed BAKKT in the US is something that people are very excited about. But when I speak with people that are maybe a bit more involved in the industry, like market makers and such, they're not very bullish on things like Backed. And that's pretty disappointing because I think a lot of people are putting their faith in that. So, Yeah.
More slowly, more slowly.
I guess if I have one prediction for 2019 though, it's that the price of TUSD will still be at $1. And so if you think that the price of crypto is going to go down this year, go buy some TUSD and hold on.
아, 광고 너무 심하게 들어가는 것 같은데. 그리고 저기 한국의 그 시청자분들이나 크립토에 그 투자하는 분들에게 하시고 싶은 얘기, 인사?
So to all of my dear and new friends in Korea, let me move forward for this one. Yes. Listen, if you are not confident in the price of cryptocurrency in 2019, your safest bet is to move your funds into a stablecoin. TUSD is one of the most trusted and most liquid stablecoins on the market today. You can come directly to our website and buy TUSD with US dollars at app.trusttoken.com, or you could go to one of the 75 exchanges that we are traded on. For example, Upbit, Binance, OKEX, HipBTC, and about 70 more. So there's a lot of different ways to gain access to TUSD. And if you have any future questions, we have a Kakao group right here that you would be more than welcome to join. And I'm going to make a Kakao account simply for the fact that I can come in here, use Google Translate, and try to answer some of your questions. So please do let me know. And let's just keep holding on for dear life in 2019. Thanks for everybody's time today.
Thank you. Thanks for the interview.
Hey, thank you, sir.
You say 도리도리 화이팅.
What was that second word?
도리도리 화이팅.
도리도리 화이팅? 화이팅?